They have the power to kill all legislation affecting the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation.
Now, two influential GOP state lawmakers are warning the TBI to end its investigation of the troubled Millersville Police Department or face political fallout. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rory Johnston.
And I'm Carrie Sharp. That warning was recently delivered in a letter just obtained by News Channel 5 Investigates, although one of the writers is now claiming it's not what it looks like. It's another exclusive dug up by our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams. Phil, what is the latest here?
Well, this is the letter. It was sent back on October 10th. In it, the two Republican lawmakers insist that the TBI give back everything it seized during those raids last month in Millersville. It was these searches back in October executed by the TBI at Millersville Police Headquarters and at the home of Assistant Police Chief Sean Taylor that prompted the complaints, with the information apparently coming from the town's conspiracy-minded assistant chief who's at the center of the investigation.
I want to start off by thanking the speaker for allowing me the opportunity to serve on this committee.
The letter was written by Representative Bud Halsey, the chairman of the House Criminal Justice Committee. That's the committee to which TBI Director David Roush must come for legislation affecting his agency. Criminal Justice Committee member Monty Fritz also signed the letter in which they expressed their, quote, deep concern about what they called inappropriate and retaliatory action by the TBI in carrying out the raids. The two Republicans warned the TBI director, quote, it would be in everyone's best interest for the TBI to assist rather than obstruct the Millersville Police Department in their ongoing criminal investigations. They added, doing so would not only be the right course of action, but it would also help preserve the integrity of the TBI and avoid unnecessary political fallout.
But threatening political fallout, subtly or not so subtly, that's where you step over the line, and it almost seems like to be a threat.
We showed the letter to House Democratic Caucus Chair John Ray Clemens of Nashville, a letter signed by the two Republicans, noting their assignments on the Criminal Justice Committee.
That's concerning in and of itself because that has direct oversight over the TBI. And so the TBI knows that this chairman and member of the committee, they could really mess with that department if they so choose.
In fact, House ethics rules say it's a violation for any member to use his or her position to place any undue influence on any state agency. Although Halsey said in a statement to News Channel 5 Investigates that, quote, in no way was it my intention to meddle or interfere, but rather to express my desire to protect the public interest and integrity of the investigation.
Threatening unnecessary political fallout would seem to be an express violation of Section 1 of our ethics code governing our conduct in the House of Representatives.
Which means what?
Which means that a complaint should be filed, and the Speaker of the House and the committee that oversees these ethics violations should take action.
We were created as an independent, autonomous investigative agency.
The TBI director responded to the two lawmakers with his own letter in which he stopped just short of suggesting that they were attempting to interfere with the investigation. Quote, the Bureau was created in its current structure to eliminate it from political pressure and control, David Roush wrote. He added, I can assure you that TBI agents conducting this investigation will continue their work and be guided only by the facts and the law until their work is concluded.
We'd like to talk to you about some of your conspiracy theories.
All right, well, have a good day.
All of this comes amid News Channel 5's ongoing investigation into Sean Taylor's often bizarre conspiracy theories, including his claims that police video from Nashville's Covenant School shooting might have been staged, as well as concerns about what appears to have been a botched child predator sting run by Millersville police with the help of a group of MAGA activists.
There's members of the TBI that we believe are higher up that are a part of this corruption that goes into this demonic stuff.
Taylor has even leveled unfounded claims about the TBI being involved in child sex trafficking. But the two Republican lawmakers sided with Millersville's conspiracy cop, calling News Channel 5's reports, quote, intentionally misleading. Their letter adds, it is crucial that the TBI not allow itself to be manipulated by journalists with clear biases and political motivations. The credibility of the Bureau is at stake here. But Clemens says what's really at stake is the independence of the TBI.
It threatens, the very purpose for the TBI, and for them not to be able to carry out their job and protect the public from these types of crimes that are alleged is a real problem and a threat to Tennessee families.
While Representative Hulsey says it was never his intent to interfere in the investigation, if you read this letter, it's hard to view it any other way. For example, they allege with zero evidence that the judge who issued the search warrants was somehow corrupt. And they say that the TBI needs to, quote, reconsider its approach to the Millersville investigation.
So, Phil, what comes next? Is there any consequence for this letter?
That is to be seen. Representative Clemens says he thinks that Speaker Sexton ought to oust the chairman from his position. We'll just have to see how this plays out.
I know you're going to keep us posted and be following it all the way.
All the way.
What a story. All right, Phil, thanks. By the way, we know there's a lot to sort through here as this story takes all kinds of twists and turns. But we have everything you need to stay up to speed. Just head to our free News Channel 5 app and search Millersville for a look back at all of the past reporting from our award-winning Investigates team.